Hey everybody, welcome to Hockey Skatedown. Before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. If you want to join a hockey team, it's free. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell to all. Thank you all so much, and let's get started. Lindy Ruff was fired, and this was something that had to happen. You know, with that West Coast trip, the Devils lost those key games against the Anaheim Ducks and the LA Kings, and something had to be done because going back to the Rock, they have a tough stretch of games coming up against the Florida Panthers, who are hot, the St. Louis Blues, and the Carolina Hurricanes. So the schedule is just going to get harder and harder. But Tom Fitzgerald felt the need that they still think they could catch the Philadelphia Flyers, who are only 7 points ahead of them. So he made this change. Something had to happen, and Lindy Ruff was the first casualty of this horrible season. Travis Green will serve as the interim head coach as Lindy Ruff was relieved of his head coaching duties. So, this was something that was necessary. The team was not heading in the right direction this year. Yeah, you could blame it on injuries. Yeah, you could blame it on Fitzgerald not doing what he had to do in the offseason, but it's just a lot of things that caught this team off from just such a good year that we had last year. And, with Lindy, he was the fourth most winningest coach in NHL history. So coaches are always easier to relieve of the situation rather than trading away players. So Lindy is the first shoe to fall. We'll see what happens leading up into the trade deadline. Will the Devils make some moves with improving their roster? I don't know, but if you're just changing to Travis Green and going into the rest of the season with the same defense and the same goaltending, these issues are only going to keep coming up, and that has to be addressed before this team can get on the right track. So we'll see what happens with this. But looking at Lindy, what he's done with the Devils, in 281 games, he went 128 wins, 125 losses, and 28 overtime losses as a Devils head coach. Looking at Travis Green, he helped with the development he helped coach Quinn Hughes, who was the brother of Jack and Luke Hughes. He helped Thatcher Demko. He also coached Jacob Markstrom. So there's a lot of ties to what the Devils have been rumored with Jacob Markstrom. So maybe that's something that helps with that transition if it does happen. But he did help with the development of those players when he was a coach with the Vancouver Canucks. His record, not the best. 133 wins, 147 losses, 34 overtime losses, and he led the Canucks to the second round of the 2020 playoffs. So, I hope that Fitzgerald just gives him this year to see what happens for the remainder, but there's a lot of big name coaches out there that are still available, and hopefully Fitzgerald's talking to them as the rest of this year goes on. But and hopefully Travis Green can help this team get back on some sort of track. You could just tell this team was lost and they were heading down a bad path with where they regressed from last year. You had so much promise from the last year with the way we strung together wins and went on these streaks, and every player was playing so good, and we didn't deal with all these injuries that we did last year. It was just a good year. And then you go into the playoffs and you beat the Rangers the way we did, and it's just so much promise. And then you come into this year and you think you're going to kind of feel that momentum from last year and go on to another level, and they just never did that. They just regressed this year, dealt with too many injuries to star players, and just couldn't find a rhythm to the year. You'd win one, you lose two. You just couldn't string together those wins to get the momentum for this year. But hopefully Fitzgerald can do something. He's been basically invisible this whole year, and he waited too long to make this move, especially to fire Lindy Ruff, to at least change something in the locker room. I understand you can't make moves at some point because maybe the teams are asking too much for a certain player you're eyeing, so maybe you can do something with the coach, and that was never done until now. And you have 21 games left in the year. The team has to win at least 16 games to get to that 30, to get those 32 points, to get to that 96 points, and I just don't see it happening unless they make some moves. So we'll see what happens. But, the good news in this is that Lindy Ruff is fired, and, the Devils can just put that behind them and try to go forward for the remainder of the year. So comment below. What do you think about the news today? I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of ecstatic Devil fans in the comments. Comment below what you think about this. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate your time. Smash that like button if you haven't done so, and subscribe to Hockey Skatedown. It's free. And join our hockey team. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of the night. Have a great day tomorrow. Take it easy. Stay safe.